Today's problem says number cards. A teacher has number cards numbered from 1 to n. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the numbers continue. The teacher says, I have n number of cards numbered from 1 to n. 1/5 of the cards show square numbers. What could the value of n be? There are 3 possible answers. Try to give them all. Best of luck. your time is up. So let's see how we could have tackled this one. So we know that we're going to start at 1 and we're going to count upwards. And we know that we're looking for square numbers. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to list out my square numbers. So remember, square numbers are just when you times a number by itself. So the first square number is 1 times 1, which is 1. Your second square number is 2 times 2, which is 4. Then we have 9, which is just 3 times 3. We have 16. We have 25, which is 5 times 5. We have 36. And for now, I'm just going to stop at 36. I think that's probably enough to start with. That would at least be able to get me going and find one possible answer, I think. So, we know that 1/5 of the cards that the teacher has are square numbers. So that basically means for every square number we have, there must be 4 other cards in the sequence that they have as well. So, for example, 1 is a square number, so there must be 4 other cards after that in the teacher's hand. So that would mean there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 5, if they had that sequence, if they had 1 to 5, would include 2 square numbers. So that would be 2/5. Not the 1/5, so that's not a possible answer. If we had 2 of our square numbers, we'd need 8 other cards. So, because the 2 square numbers plus the 8 would make 10, so that would mean there was still a 5th. So if they had 10 cards in their hand, up to 10, that would be there. And that would include now 3 square numbers. So that one doesn't work either. So if they had 9, 4 and 1, that would mean there have to be 15 cards in total. So 15 would go in here. So 15 fits in 3 square numbers. The remaining numbers are not square. 3 15ths can be simplified by dividing by 3, top and bottom, to give us an equivalent fraction of 1/5. Okay, so that works. Okay, so what about if I had 4 of my square numbers? I would need to have 20, because it's 4 lots of 5 to keep it at a 5th. So 20 would slot in just there. Well, that's okay, isn't it? Because I've got 4 square numbers, 20 cards overall, so that should be able to cancel out again. If I've got 4 square numbers out of 20 in total, if I divide by 4, I will have 1/5. Okay, so I've already got 2 of my answers, so let's carry on. If I had 5 square numbers, that's 5 lots of 5 I'd have to have. So 5 lots of 5 is 25 exactly. So if I had 1 to 25, I'd have 5 square numbers out of 25 in total. And again, if I divide these by 5, I can cancel this down, I can simplify it, so it is 1/5. So n could be 15, because it's the number of cards in total. N could be 20, or n could be 25. And those are the 3 possible answers. Well done if you got those.